Welcome to part 2 of Vampire the Requiem, Condensation. Where we just last left off, the lifeblood of Charlie O'Malley has been leaving his body. He's grown cold. And to Charlie, all is faded to black. It's almost at that point where he expects to see a bright light to head towards. And instead, he tastes on his lips copper. He struggles to open his eyes. He instead feels like he's drinking the nectar of the gods. It's indescribable, the feeling, that ecstasy, that want, that love, that drink, despite the fact that he feels that skin brushing against his teeth. He bites down, he drinks, but it's in a haze. It comes in and out. He feels his heart stop. You can hear it, that silence, and all you hear is your own heartbeat. And you can hear it slowly start to fade. Yeah. When it stops, it's like a drunken stupor. He comes in and out of consciousness. I'm sorry. Are the words spoken to him. You can't quite focus. It's difficult. It's almost like an acid trip. When he opens his eyes and he sees a pair of feet, concrete. Yeah, he's down on the ground. And his eyes close. He hears, "This was a mistake, fledgling. Sorry. I couldn't let him do this to you." God damn it. I told you to keep an eye out. I tried. I really did. I panicked. No, it's all right. We can salvage this. Just give me a minute. I'll think of something. I always do, don't I? Don't worry about it. Fuck, are you gonna tease him? Is that how it's gonna go? I can't. Well, kind of leads you in a conundrum down, doesn't it? Look, I did this to end up helping you out. Well, you have a funny way of showing it. Still, it's not one. Look, get out of here. You keep it going. You don't let him out of your sight. When I'm done, we'll meet up and see if he's going to be okay. You feel your body, and as your body being dragged on the concrete. Like I said, you're kind of drifting in and out of consciousness. You hear a car engine. You hear all the divots in the road. On occasion, you get jostled, but despite you trying to move, despite you trying to scream, trapped in your own body, you can't do anything of the like. And you're trapped inside darkness. There's something inside screaming to get out, like it needs to scream, it needs to get out, it needs to rage. don't know how to describe it other than it's like being on steroids, but worse. And it's painful. It is painful. You feel like your mouth is shifting. Something isn't lining up. And when the car stops, or when did stop a while ago, you don't know. It's just odd. It's at that point, Charlie O'Malley, you hear keys jangling as the engine stops. How long has it been? You don't know. But those keys jangle again, very close to you. It's got to be in a trunk, right? Yeah. It's got to be a trunk. When you see it open, the light is almost blinding. And a silhouette is standing just above you. Hey, kid. Kid, you there?
What? Who?
Okay, well, you haven't clawed my face off, so that's a good start. That's a great start. Oh, fuck. Hey, Charlie.
It's almost in a reply. If Charlie could, he's like reaching for that voice, just like reaching for the throat, but his hand's probably so weak it's kind of just flailing.
A hand grasps yours and takes hold. Okay, so the good news is that, well, come on. He puts your arm over his shoulder. Come on, good news.
Where is he? Where is he?
Where is he? Where is he? Okay. So first thing we're gonna need is to get you settled, sit you down, and I'll gladly answer whatever questions I can. But right now, we kind of need to get you in a safe place. Tick tock, tick tock. Oh, good. We got exactly 20 minutes before we get roasted to a crisp. So, how about we just?
What? What's? Where is he?
Okay. So, who is he? What do you remember?
Glen.
Okay, Glen. Okay, Glen is probably hiding somewhere in his hole as usual. I'm sorry that you had to be brought into this, but congratulations. Yeah, he kind of hits your chest a little bit, almost playfully. And well, I'll tell you what. I'll see when I can find him, and if you want, we can end up with gain a reunion between you two, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna want to have some words with him. So, okay, yeah, right here. He kind of sits you down, like it's in the steps of this warehouse, I guess is the only way you can describe it. It's really weird. The brick seems old. The sky is slowly starting to turn slight blue, and you get there's something in you that just this feels uncomfortable. You can't be outside right now. You need to get out of. You gotta hide. There's this instinct inside pushing you.
Clive, get me inside, please. I can't be out here.
I have no intention on leaving you outside. Yeah, don't worry. Come on. All right. He starts to jangle those keys and unlocks the door and opens it up, closing it behind. All right. Okay, so he starts walking you into what seems to be a freezer as he locks the door behind him and starts walking. Yeah. So this is awkward. Yeah, this is really fucking awkward. Fuck me. Okay. All right. So, Charlie, right?
Yeah,
All right, Charlie.
Charlie O'Malley.
Okay, good. You at least remember what the fuck your name is, so that's always a bonus. So things are looking good already. He eventually sits you down. It seems to be on a couple of pallets.
Where?
We're in a safe place.
I have to get home to Chrissy.
You really don't want to do that. You really don't want to do that right now. No. Right now, you're in you're a confused, volatile animal right now. I know a thing or two about that, and you're gonna want to stay put for the next day. He looks at his watch. Oh, about 15 minutes, I think should do it.
What's happening? Why am I?
Well,
I died, I think.
oh yeah, you shuffled off that mortal coil. Just ran right off that ramp.
He kind of looks at his hands, like, but I'm alive.
Not technically, I guess you could say. It's a little awkward. Okay, so crash course. God, sorry, I'm not that good at this myself. So you remember how Glenny Boy did you in?
You can. It's like a primal urge from his body. Yeah, I remember. Coward hit me from the back, and it felt good, but
Yeah, I imagine it did. Yeah, not imagine it's first timer. Okay, so out of curiosity, you know much about how long it takes to bleed out from puncture wound and carotid artery?
less than 15
See, I do.
minutes.
Okay, yeah, less than 15 minutes. So, out of curiosity, what if I were to tell you that what he basically did was just swallow everything that was inside of you that might have been a liquid at one point?
What?
Oh, yeah. A great deal of fun, too. But not the way I would expect for you. I could be thankful that there isn't much pain, or at least, bliss. Sorry, it's been a little while since I've had to end up going it myself. But nevertheless, Charlie O'Malley, allow me to end up introducing you to myself, Clive Andrews, fellow bloodsucker of the night. Welcome aboard.
I'm a vampire? He just kind of looks like just so confused.
I really hate that term. I really do. But yeah. And almost as soon as he smiles, like completely nonchalantly, all of a sudden, you end up seeing like his two teeth just quickly extend into very long fangs.
Kind of Charlie does the same, except he's like his fingers touch. He's like,
Yeah, that'd be about it. Don't want to be flashing those to the public.
feels wrong. As he's like licking them, and it's like,
Charlie, you are taking this amazingly well. I have to salute you on that. Most people end up going into a complete sob story on the fact that they just died.
Charlie just looks so confused. He's like, it's the shock. There's like no, I'm
dead. Yep.
Am I high?
Not yet, but if you want, we can orchestrate that. If that'll make it easier.
Am I like on? I can't be dead.
Oh, why is that? Because you've been bleeding out for the past 15 minutes. Oh, wait. How about the heartbeat? How about we check that? Nope. Not existing right now. Oh, dang. Is it 1 heartbeat per century, right? That's what the average human bit is.
Why? Why did he kill me?
I have a few theories, but that's on him.
Maybe he was just jealous that I didn't bow down to his lordly nature.
Very much doubt that. He's a son of a bitch, but he doesn't end up killing willy-nilly. He kind of breaks the whole point. Speaking of the whole point, Charlie, allow me to end up explaining how this deal's going to go down. I know you don't like somebody dictating terms, but I'm going to end up helping you out. Consider me your Chiron, or your, what would you call it? We're on the River Styx, and I am your guide through the 9 hells that is Indianapolis.
Okay, so you're like my... He just kind of looks just so confused. Boss? Or something?
You know what? That's a very good way to end up considering it until afterwards, all right? Just maybe a tutor. That's the best way to end up putting it. Okay, so you notice somehow you didn't know about this until, I will say about 2-3 hours ago, right?
I noticed condensation on the walls, but that was about it.
Yeah. That's an unfortunate side effect of some embraces. You'll get used to those particular things after a while. Don't get too used to them though. Don't get too used to them. If you get too used to them, that's a bad sign. Very, very bad sign. Now, okay. So the whole reason you didn't do that is because, well, I personally don't like leaving bodies all over the place, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. And Charlie, you're not a killer, are you? Sorry, I've just met you. I need to end up knowing these things. If you have a history of homicide, that might be required knowledge from me right now. So, did you kill anyone before?
GBH, that's the only thing. Bar fight.
Oh, fuck. Okay. You're going to want to really tone down that behavior to the best of your fucking ability right now.
Why'd you think I was opening? You actually hear it in that kind of shaky voice. Why'd you think I'm trying to get into business and not end up in prison?
I like that. I like that a lot. And you want to know what? As your silent business partner, I'd like to continue that. I'd like to continue. Like, it's good to hang on to those kinds of goals, especially ones that keep you around people. It fits quite nicely into this whole bit. So, first rule, okay? Well, you're going to really hate this, but congratulations. First rule of vampires, and it's a sad truth of it, we can't exactly go out in daylight. Try and imagine walking out, and what would be a good example of this? Try and imagine waking up one morning, you're a Japanese civilian, and you open up your door to the morning dawn, except the morning dawn is Hiroshima.
His eyes kind of widen. Whoa.
Yeah, that kind of thing. You take one glimpse at a sunrise and you are fucked, which is the reason we're in here right now. And we got exactly 5 minutes to end up answering any crash course questions we can end up doing for you.
What about my family?
Okay, that's where it always gets complicated. Okay. Personally, write a death certificate, get it arranged, move on with your life, let them move on with their lives. We can end up sorting that other shit later. That would be the quickest way to end up doing it. But you're not going to do that because none of us did that when we started. Everybody tells us to do it. None of us listen. If I were to tell you just, well, let's be honest here, Charlie. If I were to tell you to just drop everything, accept the fact you're dead, exactly what that means, you're dead, move on with your life, you wouldn't do it, would you?
I give you a very crude reply.
Okay, that's good. Honesty's good. That's really good. Honesty helps. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to lay down here. You're going to go Betty by for a very short period of time. What's it going to feel like? And yeah, there's going to be, well, I'll be here first thing at nightfall.
Don't hurt Chrissy or Megan.
Charlie, you have my word. I have absolutely no interest in your girlfriend or whoever the fuck Megan is.
Megan's my sister.
Okay, you got a sister. Okay, that's good to know.
He's interested in Chrissy. He's not getting her. She's mine.
Okay. Okay, if you say so.
She's mine, Clive.
Yeah, all right. Hey, Charlie, relax. Lay down, all right? This is as safe of a place on short notice I can end up getting you for now.
Where am I going to stay then? I'm so
Hey.
tired.
I know. Tired's going to be the least of your worries when you wake up.
Okay, Clive.
Fuck, she owes me. With that, Charlie, sleep comes very naturally. You don't see it, you can't smell it, you can't think of anything in that regard. But for some odd reason, you just know. Your body just doesn't want to continue functioning right now. It's just out. And with the exhaustion that you've had, well, things get very, very odd at that point. However, in sleep, you end up finding calmness. You find yourself seeing, what is that? It's a small rabbit. You're running on all fours. You feel hunger like you've never felt before. You are chasing after this rabbit. You are devouring this rabbit. You can taste its meat. You can chase it down. You can taste the blood. The blood. Oh, no, that's not blood. That can't be blood. It's too delicious. There's that subtle flavoring, wild. And then it flashes. It's not a bunny. It's Megan. It's not a bunny. It's Chris. It's not a bunny. It's Ruthie. It's not a bunny. It's Alexander. You see them. You see yourself outside of yourself, over their bodies torn asunder, arms torn from their sockets, and drinking and gnawing at the pieces. You are holding up goblets of meat that were family and friends, and you are squeezing them as though squeezing water from a sponge. You squeeze blood into your mouth, and you see inside your own eyes. Those aren't your eyes anymore. That's a monster. That is what that is. That is a monster if there ever was one. And it's horrible. There is bits of everyone everywhere. And you see another rabbit far away. In the flash, it's Glen. You feel the need to chase again. You give chase, you run. You tear through forest, and no, it's not a forest. It's through people. It's a bunch of people. You're in the Emerald Rose, and you're tearing through them like you would run through trees. There is blood on your face, and you are chasing after him. And when you come face to face with him, you see it. You're not chasing a rabbit. You're chasing something else. It's a monster. But you end up seeing blood. Oh, the blood. When you open your mouth to scream, whether in fear or rage, maybe both, the howl of an animal, not of this earth, leaves your mouth. And it's to that sound you awaken. You find leering over you kind of a quirky smile. Clive. Wakey, wakey.
So much blood.
Oh, fuck, he's already hungry. God damn it. Knew that they underdid it. Oh, fuck. Okay. 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 Kindred Basics 101. Sorry, Vampire Male 101. So it's not exactly a myth about that whole drinking blood thing.
Oh.
Yeah. And if you don't keep that in check, well, that's when people end up dead. Dead is bad. You should know this from firsthand experience. I mean, you're fresh off the boat.
Yeah. I'm hungry. Clive.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Yeah.
Is it shaking?
Okay, Charlie. We're going to end up getting this sorted. Okay. But we need to do this quiet. We need to do this privately. That's what I'm going to suggest to you. Now, the first thing I'm going to end up having you to ask you is whatever you do, you're going to feel every impulse to do this. Do not start drinking people right in front of public. Cameras, cell phones. Oh, God, who the fuck thought it was a good idea to put cameras on cell phones? I don't know. Yeah. Long story short, kind of treat this as a mugging. You're not trying to get caught.
I know how to do that.
Oh, good.
I know how to do that.
Then, well, I'm not going to take the training wheels right away, but I'll be there every step of the way because that's kind of my job. Now it is anyway. Okay. So, let's get you up. Come on. You can stand?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. This is going to be entertaining. He kind of rolls his eyes like, oh my God, what the fuck did I just agree to? Okay. Charlie?
Where's food?
Yeah, you don't want food right now. Trust me, you're just gonna make a mess. Yeah.
Okay. Where's blood? Right?
Okay. You're catching on to that quick. All right. Yeah. So let me show you my method. It's going to be a little tricky for you. Everybody's got their own tricks, but we're going to end up going out. Going to find some guy. Maybe girl.
Girl.
You're not girl. All right. If that's what makes you feel better. Now, the good news is, Charlie, as he's walking you out, the good news is that you don't have to worry too much about, well, he kind of looks you up and down. You look like you're okay. You don't need to worry about anything. Your Uncle Clive has you covered for the next little while until we can get you on your feet anyway. He
He
holds
kind
up
of
his cell phone.
takes Clive by the shirt. Chrissy and Megan are safe.
Honestly, I have no fucking idea. I just woke up probably half an hour before you did. Okay. So, he ends up pulling out his cell phone. All right. Bring the car out. Yeah, you know the place. Warehouse. Yeah. Look, if you're going to be a smart ass, okay, you're just not going to end up with your fix this month. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah.
Fix?
Okay. See you later. Complicated story. I'm not going to overload you with details. We're going to keep you doing this slow and do it right. Okay? And we're going to slowly start working our way into making you some kind of productive member of kindred society. I told you I hate that word vampire. Kindred is what we call ourselves, I guess you could say. Yeah.
Are we... Is it just like... I can... He kind of just gestures like, what can I... Kind of like climb walls and shit.
I don't know, can you? He kind of gestures to the wall. Give it a try. I have no idea what the fuck you're manifesting at this point. It's different for everybody.
He goes over kind of like shakily to the wall and just kind of like... It's almost like he's trying to be Spider-Man. It's just like... it's like... No.
So he's not full-heartedly trying for it. It's just kind of checking like, I have no idea.
Yeah, kind of like... I don't stick. What?
Nope. Doesn't look like that one's shown up. Again, didn't happen for most.
We can stick to walls? He just looks kind of confused.
I haven't seen it, but I haven't seen all the strange tricks, to be honest. So, I mean, quite frankly, I think you're kind of still stuck with that movie bit of, the movie bit. Okay, let's go to something you will understand. All right. He kind of gestures to the door, and when he does, you see a limousine outside.
Kind of his curiosity following.
Yeah, he kind of, as he ends up walking, the driver, this woman in a chauffeur uniform, ends up opening the door. Thank you very much, ma'am. See, you have decided not to be too snarky and embarrass me in front of company, and we'll end up getting along just fine. You're just so adorable. He kind of pinches her cheek.
He's just like looking at the woman. Kind of, it's kind of climbing, pick up straight away. He's kind of leaning, like this kind of hungry look on his face. It's just...
Yeah. No. You are not allowed to eat the help.
He just nod. He's nodding, but his eyes are just boring on her. It's kind of like that. He's just...
Not the help, Charlie. Charlie, we have an arrangement. I'm going to end up helping you through this, but you gotta follow my lead.
She just looks so good, Clive.
I know she does. She's adorable, and she's mine. And besides, I don't think you want to end up having what she has. He kind of gestures for him to get in before he starts thinking about devouring the help.
Yeah, he's just looking. He is getting in, but he's just his eyes are kind of. Well, it's like almost like a child.
Yeah.
Just is he staring at her? He's getting in the car.
Yeah. All right. Closes the door. And he presses the buzzer. Let's just do a ride about something easy. I think we're going to take out. Do you prefer Chinese or Mexican?
Mexican.
Yeah. Um, preferably someone who speaks Espanol. I'm terrible with languages. Thank you. And you kind of feel the car starting to drive, and he kind of leans in. Okay. So this is when things get complicated. Good news is I can make things simple. I can make things very simple for you here, Charlie. Unfortunately, nothing in life's free, and if anybody found out I was giving this kind of shit for free, there goes my reputation.
Okay. What am I gonna have to pay?
Well, all right. So you remember that little club of yours, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you keep the riffraff out?
I was already working on a deal before, Glenn.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you see, here's the problem. See, your boy, the Irish fuck, yeah, he kind of works for somebody I don't particularly like, and you don't particularly like. Can you take a drum roll, please?
His fangs click out. What?
There you
You mean
go.
I'm going to kill
No, no,
that?
no, no. You don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Okay. You notice how right now you have that look in your eye that's the I'm gonna kill the little preppy boy look right now?
Not you. Not you.
Yeah,
Michael.
I get that. I get that. But there's a problem with that. I'm gonna have to end up starting this from scratch, okay? How the fuck did he put it? Inside every kindred, there's a choice. There's the man who you want to be, and then there's a monster. There is what he calls the beast. Okay, this beast, long story short, all it wants to do is tear out throats, drink blood, kill everything in sight, just keep on going, and it really does not give two flying fucks on who into. Basically, it doesn't give two flying fucks on who was nice to it 5 minutes ago. It just wants to tear your throat out. Thing is the more you kind of give into those impulses, basically just acting like a fucking animal, the more you start becoming a fucking animal. And in which case, well, we got a secret to keep here, Charlie. And that secret can't be kept if we start running around and doing that. It kind of
Okay.
makes sense.
How can I fuck over Michael if I can't kill him?
Ah, now you're thinking. Now you're thinking. Well, I have this strange bit that says you make friends out of enemies. Tried to do that with Glenn. Really, I did. I tried to be amicable. Glenn doesn't want to be amicable. I find that heavily disagreeable. He seems to have this notion that my family is, well, you'll get the idea in a second. Yeah, right here. He kind of points as he realizes that the limo is coming to a halt, and Clive just gestures to the window. Go ahead, work your magic, kiddo. When you look there, you see that a woman, very much easily to spot a prostitute, is coming over. A Spanish woman.
Do you want some?
Kid, I always want some. However, I end up having the good choice to end up refraining from going on prostitutes. It's well, let's just say I made it a point to make it a little bit more sporting. It's a little too easy for me, and if I take advantage of that, well, let's just say I've run into a few of us who stop thinking of them as people.
Okay.
And remember, that's a person you're dealing with. And you hear the tapping in the glass. Better get to work, buddy. She looks like she's getting impatient, and she smells money.
He is immediately moving out of the car. It's almost like a rabbit, just it's like Thumper from Bambi, kind of, do 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 do, and he kind of just bursts out of the van, kind of standing up straight and just fixing himself as he remembers thankfully his wallet is still in his jacket as he's just striding over, trying to not look like she is like a piece of cake, as he's kind of smiling, a little bit over friendly.
Yeah, well, she ends up walking up to the window, and when it rolls down, she ends up seeing your face, and she kind of looks at you a little bit. Eh, senor.
Oh, hola.
Hola. You're looking for a good night tonight?
He just nods. He nods, biting his lip. Mm.
Oh, you're bringing a friend. Okay. I charge double for here too. But
Just me, baby doll. That's all you need.
Oh, your friend wants to watch?
He likes that.
You guys weird. You're weird. Okay.
We're very weird, but I think you'll like my type of weird.
Okay, let's do manipulation subterfuge.
Okay, let's see if I pull this one out of my ass. Okay. No, he does. With a 10.
Hey, sweet. Because, yeah, she gets in. And you notice Clive is just kind of sitting there. And when he's sitting there, he kind of just watches, but he's watching you. Clive kind of ends up smiling a bit. He kind of leans in. Don't worry, he's nervous. Yeah, I know he looks young, but it's his first time. Oh, and Senor, I end up taking it on your dollar? Well, whatever floats your boat. Charlie, just get close. Do what comes naturally. Don't worry about it.
He very gently just reaches over and just kisses along her cheek, like trying to get that familiar feeling. But he doesn't feel anything.
Yeah.
He just kisses along her neck, and that warmth. You can feel that racing. Clive just watches him. His eyes kind of widen as his fangs click out, and it's just straight in, almost like a python, just right in the neck. He's like almost pinning her down on the seat.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to roll. What would be it? Yeah, we're gonna have to have you roll resolve plus wits. And you're gonna be at a -1, so remove 1 to that dice pool.
Oh yeah. 1.
Oh, Charlie, you end up feeling her heart slow, and you can feel Clive's hand. It kind of clasps you on the back of the neck, not harsh, just, and he kind of whispers into your ear, just like, wound. That's enough. Don't overdo it, Charlie. Don't overdo it.
If you can, he'll just slide away, almost like his mouth kind of is just dropping as he just licks, and probably staring in awe as the wound just seals.
And he kind of brings a tissue over your mouth and places it there and leans in, and he whispers something to her. And you notice that she's gone from this enraptured state to just suddenly very blank. She's just listening to him very intently. And almost like a robot, she just turns and starts to leave the car, close the door, and it starts to drive. The limousine moves, and Clive just kind of slouches back, placing his hands behind his head, and he kind of looks at you in this state, this wonderful state. You can feel it, that fuck, this is the shit right now. This is, oh man, you wish you could describe this, but to say like this is your first time on ecstasy this is an understatement. You've dropped ecstasy before, but this is holy shit.
He just leans back and looks with Clive. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, it gets kind of hard to stop, doesn't it?
Yeah. Is he just seems so much more confident again, like that person that Clive probably first met? Just yeah, yeah. Oh.
Don't get too comfortable with it. Don't. Let me put it to you this way, and try not to get too pissed off at this, but what happens if somebody looks at Chrissy or Meg like that? Like you just looked at that whore.
I'll rip out their fucking spine.
Yeah, except the problem is now you can actually do that.
Okay, so how do I destroy them without ripping their spine then, Clive? Because that seems to be the only option here, is that I can't. How do I break people without actually breaking them?
Okay, Mr. God damn it. It's like I'm dealing with a gangrel or something. Fuck.
Gangrel?
Okay, you heard me talk about families, right? Like I said, my family. My family is referred to as the Ventru. Long story short, we are. Well, to hear it from a lot of others, they would end up saying that we're sons of bitches who feel like we need to control absolutely everything. The real truth is that we're just trying to end up making sure that impulse control doesn't get out of hand, and, well, this secret keeps safe. Is unfortunately,
So you're like the overseers?
we can be like that sometimes. I'd like to think of us, well, some of us. Let's just focus on me right now. I'd like to think of myself as a tutor, as a educator, as a guide, as a person who was asked by a dear friend to end up helping you out while they help me out.
So what am I? What family am I?
I spoke about my family because I can speak on that regard. I'd rather they tell it to you. And it's not really important right now, is it? What's really important to you is trying to make sure that you don't end up running back to your family and friends and deciding to fall asleep with them because they wake up next to a fucking corpse, because that's what you are. You don't move. They call the police, or they call an ambulance. They try and take you out in order to get you back to the morgue, and you erupt in flames the second they end up taking you outside. If the window doesn't get you first. Yeah, I know it's hard. It's a problem that a lot of us had to face when we were coming up, and it doesn't really help. Look, kid, I was where you were not too long ago. The reason I was there ended up turning into a bit of a clusterfuck. Long story short, when you're kindred, you're a lot older than you look. Well, let's just say that when I ended up coming into this, blacks weren't allowed to go with whites to school. That was kind of a big thing, hippie age. You know, sometimes you get involved with the wrong girl, bad things happen. But sometimes you make some decisions and things up ending it badly. That's the sad truth of it. What I need from you more than anything is calm, collected behavior. Because if you're going to end up making it through this, you got to be smart about it. I know you don't want to hear this, but your girlfriend, she ain't going to be doing you any favors right now, friend. How do you keep her without her suddenly bursting in and saying, "Oh, guess what? You're dead." How do you do that without keeping the secret? You think she's going to be understanding that you drink blood for a living? I mean, these things are a little tough to get around. Torna, you're breaking up a bit. Give it a second, give you a chance to load. Okay. Brief hiatus. The limousine continues to ride on as Clive tries to impart just the basic knowledge, in which is sometimes difficult for Charlie to really take in. It's tough as Charlie's been shuffled off the mortal coil. Clive still tries to advise, give the best that he can to help Charlie understand the ramifications of what he may want to do, trying to give him every reason to separate from his mortal existence. He needs to. Not just for his own safety or the safety of this secret, but more so for the safety of his family and friends. But in the end, that's not Clive's decision. Clive can only advise, or maybe he only chooses to advise Charlie. What about Charlie? Hearing Clive seemed to drone on forever about it.
We can both look after each other.
Wait. You want...
Okay. I'm not saying, I'm just asking.
Yeah, it's possible. All right? It's possible. Unfortunately, then we have a whole nother problem coming up. And quite frankly, you just got here. It's not in you to do that just yet. It takes a
Okay.
fucking concerted effort. It takes a long time to end up getting to a point where you can even consider having a child. And it's going to change that relationship. Who they were is not who you're going to be bringing in. Don't make any mistakes about it. You're a fucking monster inside right now. Trying to end up here shrugging that off and bringing her into this? You're not even 24 hours in and you don't know what's what. You don't know what you'd be bringing her into.
Is there any
How
way that I can?
irresponsible would that be?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You're right. No, I'm just trying to think.
You're panicking. You're panicking, and your panic is fully understandable. It really is.
Is there any way I can keep her so she won't question things? So she won't ask?
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck.
What's that? Because let me guess, if she finds out about this, she's dead. Right?
Gotta keep a secret somehow. And
Right.
it's either that or do some tricks you're not gonna like.
So how do I do the tricks I want to like?
I don't think the package comes with those. Well, let me put it to you this way, if you start liking them, it starts to become a problem.
Okay.
Look, Charlie, right now what you're looking for is a get out of jail free card. But what you need is an acceptance of your position. I mean, really, what do you want?
I promised.
You promised what?
I promised her. I promised my father. I promised I can't abandon Megan. She needs me. I can't abandon them, Clive. What sort of a man would I be?
Well, that's kind of the gist of it, isn't it? You're not a man anymore. You said, let me guess, it was one of those for as long as I live. Well, Charlie, you're dead.
I'm not leaving them. You said we can be man or beast. I'm trying to be a man, so help me.
All right. That's how you want to play it?
I'm trying to do the right thing, and I'm not giving in to that monster. I want them safe, but I want to see them. I can't not leave them.
Charlie, you understand. Okay, when I end up, I said I'm old. Well, older, definitely. And still considered, I guess you can say I'm considered a kid. But I was around when blacks were still fighting for their right to end up in schools right alongside whites, okay? Back when the term coon was used quite openly and very liberally. And that was the only thing liberal about those times. Okay? What's going to happen in 5 years? 10 years? What's it going to be like when, what's her name? Megan? What happens when Megan grows up and graduates high school and finds out that her big brother Charlie looks like the same age she is? What happens when she looks older than you? What about Chrissy? What's it going to be looking like when she's 45, 50, and her, what, a person who looks like her goddamn child or grandchild starts holding her hand? You gonna be knacking back then too? Even if she could keep a secret? You asked me to end up helping you out. I'm going to do that. But the first thing you need to promise me, and if your word is really that important to you, you need to promise me this. You understand that you're dead now. All you're getting is closure. You are getting the time, those last few nights, to set them up in a position where they can end up taking care of themselves. That's it. From that point on, no more contact. You stay here, hidden. You're not a part of their lives as far as they know. You don't want what happens afterwards.
What happens?
He looks longingly past you and to the driver. Me and Lisa were, well, you can say we were lovers at one point. I wouldn't leave her behind. How old does she look? And you would say probably she's like maybe 5 years older than Clive looks. You know.
Yeah, probably our age, maybe just a bit older.
Yeah. What if I were to tell you she's over 60 years old?
He kind of just looks, What? How?
She's, remember I said fix earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he kind of shakes his wrist, his palm open for a minute. Every so often, she drinks from me, and it regresses the aging process. And I try and keep her like that. But I wouldn't embrace her. I don't want to steal the day from her.
Can I do that to Chrissy then?
You're not sure what you're asking.
I'm
Charlie,
sure.
no. She'll love you for a time. But then that love is going to be the same love that an alcoholic has for the bottle. You'll do anything. She'll do anything for me. And that horrifies me. Because she can't live without me. But she loves me only for the blood now. I know that.
Can I make that
And
decision after a few days?
Charlie, you're living in a goddamn nightmare right now. You say you want to be the man. Being a man means doing the right thing. And that's part of letting go.
Look, Clive, can I have those few days to set it up? And if I make that decision to do what you've done to her, I make it. And if I don't, they're gone. But can I have those few days to decide?
Yeah. But, well, you see the son of a bitch. You don't confront, you run. You keep it distance, you do whatever you can. Do not let him get you. As far as he knows, you're dead. If we can keep it like that.
Why? He killed me.
He killed you. But that's all he did. As far as he's concerned, you're dead.
So who made me like this?
Like I said, That's for them to come and tell you.
Is that where we're going?
No. We're going to go wherever you want to end up going. I'm just not going to let the training wheels off just yet. Give me at least one night to help you work this out.
I need to find a way to fuck over Saint fucking Michael. So he's in my pocket, not his.
All right. What I did to Lisa, I'm fairly certain your boy is going through with him. He loves him, he's scared of him, he's dependent on him. But as far as your boy's concerned, that's the only place it comes from. That's a very dangerous bit of information I just armed you with, Charlie. A very dangerous bit of information. I'm probably making a mistake in telling you that. But a man succeeds or fails on his own whims. My father taught me that.
So if it's his only source, what happens when the source runs out? What do they go like?
Depends how long he's been doing it. I've seen one person wither away within days. They look like they were 20. Next day, they look like they were 40. Next day, their heart gave out because they looked 120. 2 days after that, there wasn't much left of the bones.
Right. And how often do you give this, as he looks at his, gesturing for the blood, to them to maintain?
I don't keep track. I guess it depends on how much you like them. I've never done it for longer than maybe a few weeks, but I've kind of pauses like he doesn't want to finish that. He doesn't even want to entertain that thought right now. It hurts him.
What would you do if you were in my position with him, Michael?
Okay. I'll tell you what. I would say, well, let's just say the only reason the son of a bitch ends up keeping that kind of company is because they're useful. What happens if he stops being useful?
How do I make him unuseful?
Why is he useful?
Provides protection.
How?
His boys are always there. If there's a heavy hand required, they're always there. It's a protection, not a simple extortion. There's a lot of them.
Hmm.
He relies on his reputation for being the toughest son of a bitch there.
I don't think I need to go much further with that thought now, do I?
If his reputation is damaged and he has no power, and Michael likes nothing more than to publicly show how strong he is. And he does have that temper. Would it be bad of me to provoke that temper?
It's on you. I can only advise. My advice would be to move on, but you're not going to do that. And if you're really wanting to end up pushing it, that's fine.
What have I got? He is lording around that nightclub like it's his. You want to do business with me, he goes. You said that yourself.
Yes, I did.
and I'm trying to work on that.
Okay. What do you need to get this done? You know him better than I do.
Michael, when I suggested I remove him from the door, he thought I was squeezing him out. He relies on his drug profits coming in. It's a big thing for him. Once the drug money starts going, say, if that disappears, then the people upstairs are unhappy with him.
Might have to replace him.
They might do. And how would that disappear then? Tighter security, more cop activity, but then that puts pressure on us as a nightclub. We don't want that business knocking at our door.
I can do without the drugs personally, but that's your own business. I'm just here
I don't want any. I think we have a mutual interest and we agree that the drugs go. Clive.
Gonna hurt business.
I know it is, but as you said, you don't want his crowd striding around. What happens if we replace with a different kind of dealer? A different one altogether.
What do you got
Fresh
in mind?
slate. I've heard some Mexicans are good for stuff like that. Why don't we just change things up? The club's changed. Why don't we change everybody else? Maybe Alexander might know a few people.
All right. You tell me what you need and I'll make it happen. And
I
then
want his
afterward. You will owe me a very, very large favor after this.
I'll pay.
I'm sure you will. But right now,
I think I technically owe you already. I mean, without you, I wouldn't have lasted.
Yeah. Your word is your bond in this life. Break it and you have nothing. That's the only thing you can keep that's yours. Everything else, well, time will take that away too.
He just nods as I want his men under pressure. I want them to see his leadership crumble. I want Michael to feel not so saintly anymore. I want to hear of drugs starting to flood in that are not under his control. And all I have to simply say is, but I thought you had a handle on this.
Yeah. Oh, good. Okay. Well, in this conversation, he doesn't stop looking at you. Yeah, I'm doing my end of the bargain. But what I'm going to need at this point to make it work is for you to let me know about the saint. Mm-hmm. Well, you talk to your family. We'll end up getting this sorted out. And then you guys can get back to your corner of the market. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah. No, I think a little one-on-one time would do some real good after a while. Okay, then. Cheerio. They said it would take 2 hours, so I'm expecting it to take 1. They're kind of like that.
Can I ask what family is Glen?
He's Mehet. Or Meket, if you want to end up putting a nice spin on it. I try to keep proper. He's He likes to disappear and reappear, and well, their family's kind of known for watching things. Really, they make us sound paranoid, but I think they have their.
He was looking for someone that night. Said they hadn't arrived. If that means anything to you.
Yeah. Would you like to meet her?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna wait for that phone call. Then we're gonna drop you off. You'll get everything you need. It's good to have friends.
He just extends his hand.
Clive reaches out and takes your hand, and you notice that his hand is as cold as yours right now.
Until long years of business together then, Clive.
I hope so.
I plan on it.
Yeah. Well, just don't haunt me, okay?
I won't. I just need this starting help. And you saw what I've done on my own when I was a human.
You would have been a fine addition to the family, I'm sure. Kind of a
Thank you.
shame that they took you up first.
Thank you. Means a lot.
Well, still got a lot to prove, but I have no doubt after, well, a lot, you're going to make it. I had a good feeling about you. If it's any consolation, I'm sorry you died.
Yeah, me too.
With that, there's an alleyway that the car pulls up to. The door is opened by Lisa, the driver. Clive gestures for you to remove. Well, just stay there for about 10 minutes. She'll come find you.
Okay.
Charlie, you're going to have to get used to this a lot. It only gets weirder from here.
I'm gathering that as he's making his way out of the car.
And when you do so, you close the door, and when you do so, you realize that the impact of the door has rattled beads of water down the edge of the car. And it drives off.
Here we go. Charlie says it kind of under his breath. He's kind of standing there, reaching in for a cigarette. Although probably that effect of nicotine just does not feel the same, probably. But he just does it out of habit.
When you do that, I'm gonna need you to roll a wit or resolve plus wits.
Resolve plus wits. Okay. 1.
Okay. The good news is you don't like run off and bail out, but you realize as soon as you light that cigarette, you want to. It's almost like the thing was a flamethrower going off in your face. The heat was too intense. The light was way too bright, way too bright. It just everything's exaggerated, and you really want that smoke. So it's almost like you're lighting it with a flamethrower, you know.
It kind of puts the light as further away from it as possible. And it's just like, and then quickly like, oh God.
And when you focus in, you realize that there's something at the end of the alleyway. Eyes wide. Her eyes are just this very wide, almost haunting look to them. And she starts to walk to you. She has this white t-shirt on, looks nice enough, but there's just something that feels weird. You can actually hear water. Why do you hear what? You look around and you realize that the walls are wet.
It was you. In the nightclub. It was you.
Yes, I watched. Mr. Charlie O'Malley. It's a beautiful club you had.
Thank you.
For what?
You said you were sorry. Was that you?
I am.
For what?
Oh, my dear Charlie. For doing this to you. I'm so sorry.
Why you saved me?
I didn't save you, Charlie. That's neither here nor there. What's done is done.
No, he killed me.
Oh, my little Nosferatu.
What?
She looks at you. Smells your hair a bit. I see it hasn't taken yet, but it will.
What do you mean?
Would you be able to roll? Well, actually, technically, you already did roll it, but we're going to roll it again because now she ends up pulling down that veil. Because this is the first time you both have met as kindred. Unlike Clive being. Okay. Would you be able to roll me resolve plus wits?
If 7 counts, then I get 1.
Yeah, she's not overly hostile to you. I'll give you I'll drop that difficulty mark. Usually it's 8, but this time I'll be generous because it only gets worse from here. They call me Rachel. I am your sire. That's the word for it. You'll have to pardon me.
Sire.
Yeah. Yes, child.
Okay.
Her eyes don't blink. You do notice that. There's just something wrong. Wrong here. Wrong. You can't help but feel that in your gut when you see her. Just something that's not right.
What? I don't understand, Rachel.
No.
Why? Why did he try to kill me? Why did he kill me?
If you have a friend in a business and you want more of that business, there's already too many shares going around. What do? You brought him in. You gave him his in. You fought for his inn.
I'm going. No, Clive said not to do that. He said not to do that.
Not to do what?
Kill him. I want him dead, Rachel.
I know.
I want it so badly.
And that's why I'm sorry. 'Cause that doesn't go away.
I don't hate you for what you did. I don't hate
No,
I hate
Charlie.
them for making you do it.
I don't want to see people die.
I'm not gonna kill anyone. I'm gonna do much worse.
No, Charlie, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm going to destroy them. I'm not gonna rip them apart like I really want to. I'm going to take away everything from them, like they have taken from me. I can't go home to Chrissy or Megan.
Oh God, I've made a mistake.
You have not made a mistake, Rachel. It's all right.
Why do you...
He just almost reaches out for Rachel.
And as you do so, you realize your hand passes right past her skin. And something fades just for an instant. You see that she's fighting. There is a need. She's fighting it all she can. And she, just for a briefest of seconds, you see her face leave. And instead, there is bone where there shouldn't be bone, protrusions. Her jowls are split in two separate, it's like two separate pieces of skull in front, opening up with nothing but sinew stretched and thinned, fangs as long as knives. And when you pull your hand away in shock, that image goes back, those eyes, those hollow eyes staring back at you.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
We are Nosferatu, Charlie. We're monsters, more than any of them. And I can't let you be a monster too. Don't let that be the thing I brought into this world. Don't let that be the thing I brought back. And you feel it. There's something. The only way to describe it is it's in your blood. You know, that this disappointment, this fear she has for you is amplified 20, 30 times over. Like, this is... It's almost like what Christy would say to you, but amplified.
No, I can't. No, bro, Rachel. No. I'm not gonna do that to you. I promise. I'm not. No.
Charlie.
No, he kind of gets on his knees and no, Rachel. I won't.
Charlie, no, please.
I'm not.
Clive said that you need help to bring about this quest for vengeance. If that's what you want, fine. Closure it is. Do what you need to do. But as your sire, I am responsible for everything you do from this point on. Your mistakes are my mistakes. And if you make a mistake that we can't recover from, both of us die. It's that simple, and I would never ask for that to befall someone so young.
Why is this happening? Why is this happening? I just wanted just not be. I just wanted.
It is what it is. You're gonna find in time that it'll get worse. And people will just be afraid for being around you. Or you will change in a way that makes them terrified.
People are already scared of me. So my mother used to say.
So then the question I have to ask is, what kind of monster are you going to become, Charlie?
I don't want to be a monster, Rachel.
Hang on to that, please, for your own sake. Hang on to that. I need you to hang on to that. What's important to you? Why are you doing this? What is important to you, Charlie?
Glen, he has Chrissy. I can't let her be under his control. I can't do that. I can't leave knowing what he will do. And I have to make sure that Megan has a support for her life before I let her go away. I need them to live for me. Because I can't live anymore.
The melodrama is beautiful, isn't it? You notice that her demeanor has just drastically shifted. Charlie, we will get you what you need to move on. And your nights, I will teach you what it means to be Nosferatu.
What the fuck? Rachel?
Charlie, for Nosferatu to exist here in these nights, you have to learn to place a new face, new outlook. Be something you're not.
I've been doing that. I've been doing that my whole life, Rachel.
You notice she smiles for the first time.
I've been doing that my whole life.
Let's see just what you can do. She extends her hand to you.
He reaches and takes it.
With that, If anyone would have seen this, it would be like a mist. It's just enveloped the two. Gone from this world for now. And to the conclusion of Vampire the Requiem. Condensation, Part 3.